Before we dive into today's Frequency Friday, I want to share some exciting news. I've realized something so true to my soul. I am and always will be a teacher at heart. Teaching is a part of my blueprint. It's where I come alive and where I feel the closest to my soul's purpose. So in 2026, I'll be opening the doors to a brand new course on spirituality. This will be for the curious soul who knows there is more to life than the 3D reality. The person who wants to grow in their spiritual understanding, strengthen their connection with the divine and their spirit team, and discover or deepen their spiritual gifts. It's going to be epic, a sacred initiation and a true reflection of my love for teaching and the spiritual world. If you want to receive the details first, I invite you into my weekly newsletter. You can subscribe using the link in the show notes or in my Instagram bio. This week on Frequency Friday, I have to admit, my faith was a little wobbly this week. And it's okay. We're human. Our path comes with waves, peaks, and dips. But even in that wobble, I kept noticing these little glimmers, signs that I was aligned with the right frequency. My husband and I had a kid-free day on Saturday, which felt magical in itself. We were driving along I-287, seeing what's left of the fall foliage, enjoying good music and the sunlight, and I thought, God, if I'm on the right path, show me a pink car. I chose pink because it's rare. It felt like a stretch, something that would really catch my attention. At first, nothing. I began to waver. And then I decided, no, I'm not going to waver. I'm going to trust. I'll be honest, I started getting in my head a little. When I ask for signs, they usually come fast, like within 2 to 3 minutes. But this time felt like forever, even though looking back, it was probably less than 10 minutes. So I breathed, I relaxed, and I let go. I played DJ, blasting our favorite tunes, singing with my husband, eyes closed, feeling the sun on my face, and just enjoying the expansiveness of the moment. Kid-free, alone, traveling. So much fun. And then I opened my eyes, at this point, letting go of the grip of the outcome. And that is, of course, when I saw it. The pink car. It was a racing car on the back of a tow bed on the side of the road, and I just happened to open my eyes at the exact moment that we were passing it. I smiled so widely and just felt God's presence, His love, His deep love for me in that moment. And I just prayed and I thanked Him, telling Him how much I love Him. It was such a complete divine moment. And then I also had a deeper thought. I thought, if we are all someone, some of the one, then when I say I love you to God, am I really also saying I love you to me? I just thought that that was such a cool thought that I had in the moment. And so as I was reflecting and thinking about that experience, I was like, let me think about what song is currently playing. And the song that we were listening to is called Alive by Cruella. It's an EDM song. My husband got me into EDM when we first started dating, and it's totally his type of music. every day, all day. And I just thought that the moment was pretty serendipitous because here I was feeling so alive in this moment of confirmation that God was saying, I have your back. Keep going with this journey that you're on and just have trust and faith. It was true confirmation for me that I need to continue to be resilient and push forward, blindly walking the path of the unknown, but letting my heart lead me, letting my heart be the GPS because it is uncovering a path for me that I know is going to lead me to success. And by success, I mean making an impact on the world. And again, that's where the idea of my course is really stemming from, wanting to make a deep impression on the souls of the world. Just like my podcast, it is a way for me to share my voice, my thoughts, my ideas, and just get more people to lean in to the spiritual side of life. Listen to their intuition, see the signs from the loved ones that we have on the other side, feel the presence of our angels, and connect with the divinity that runs through every molecule of our body. So I thought it was really cool that the song that was playing was called Alive. Fast forward a few minutes later, literally 2 or 3 moments later, we are pulling off our exit, and I cannot make this up. There were 6 work trucks parked in a parking lot. Not only were they pink, but they had the word alive written on them. I was like, holy crap. Wow, I'm just in awe at this point. And the last funny part of this is, and I just made this connection today in writing out this podcast script, we were actually headed to a restaurant, well, really a cafe that I had been wanting to check out because I had seen it on Instagram, and it was called Pink Pistachio. It's just so funny that maybe subconsciously I had already had pink on my mind, but I'm just realizing now the irony of the situation. We were headed to a cafe called Pink Pistachio, the pink and the alive. Now, the funny part is we did not end up eating at this cafe because I didn't realize it was so popular. There was an 1.5 hour wait, and we were hungry at this point, so we were not about to wait an 1.5 hour. Instead, we chose a cozy tavern down the road, which ended up being perfect because when we walked in, there was a basket of candy, and my favorite Halloween candy was in there, the little Twizzlers, so I took 2 of those. And then I had really been craving chili, and so I ordered myself a cup or bowl of, it was like vegetable chili made with beans and veggies, and it was pretty good. The cool part was that they were playing Home Alone, which is one of my favorite movies, especially around this time of the year. And so it was cool just to enjoy a nice warm meal watching Home Alone, and it was not that crowded, so it was just a really perfect experience compared to what it could have been if we had eaten at the cafe, which was super crowded, loud, and very busy. I want to share another alignment. This one came through in the form of a message which I felt was not only for me, but for my audience. One of the biggest themes that kept showing up for me over the past 2 weeks has been to stop comparing yourself to others. And I am really listening to that advice. This came through during my full moon meditation, in conversations, and even in random posts that found their way to me on social media. Then, one of my former students and I were emailing back and forth. I had mentioned that I had given my middle schooler permission to stop playing travel soccer this past fall because he just wasn't keeping up with the team's intensity, and it was no longer bringing him happiness. She wrote back with this simple, powerful reminder. Comparison is the thief of joy. I'm going to say that again. Comparison is the thief of joy. Now, she's a teenager, a brilliant, talented young soul, and in that moment, the student became the teacher. This was another divine message landing exactly when it needed to. I had told her that, in my opinion, my son wasn't able to keep up with the growth of the other players, and I didn't like how he was playing, quite frankly. And so I didn't want to keep pushing him if I felt like he wasn't going to grow or compare to the other students. And so it was a beautiful reminder and also a little bit of a mom check for me, because I questioned whether or not I should have really compared my child to someone else, and I really shouldn't have. And that is the message. We shouldn't compare other people to ourselves. We shouldn't compare our children to other children. We really need to remember and be mindful that we are all our own unique individuals who are going to have our own paths. So thank you to that student who gave me that deep reminder. Then I also gave myself credit because, of course, I was her teacher for a full year and I am still a mentor in her life. All right, on to my dream life. I had a dream of a wolf this past week. And it wasn't a mean wolf. It wasn't out tearing apart animals or anything like that. In fact, it was a wolf that just looked me in the eyes at a soul level. And I woke up in the morning knowing that it had some type of meaning behind it, some type of spiritual symbolism. Having the dream of the wolf did pique my interest in what seeing a wolf in my dream meant spiritually, but I didn't look up the meaning right away. Instead, what happened was I began to notice wolves everywhere. For example, a Great Wolf Lodge commercial kept coming across my attention, and it's kind of funny because it shows these kids like having a blast at Great Wolf Lodge, and the song keeps saying "Wolf Out," WOLF out, and I'm like, what is that? What are they saying? And I finally asked my husband, I'm like, what are they saying? And he's like, it's saying wolf out, like have a fun time, wolf out. And I was like, how freaking funny is this that, again, I had a dream of a wolf. It's like the next day and I'm like, wolf out. I'm like, this is so silly. And then, of course, the wolf shows up again a few days later. I attended an 11/11 event for myself after hosting a beautiful 11/11 event earlier in the day. I treated myself to a local event. It was a beautiful experience. There were rune cards placed all over the tables. And so I picked one up and the teacher said, you know, that card is for you now because you claimed it. And so I turned it over and of course it too mentioned the wolf. So at this point I'm like, okay, now I have to look up what this wolf animal totem is for me in this current moment, in this current energy of the week. So I tuned in and here's what the wolf is teaching me, and maybe this could also be for you. The wolf is showing up as a reflection of who I am becoming. I'm learning to call in and receive my soul family, the people who are meant to walk beside me. I'm no longer forcing myself to carry everything alone. I'm allowing support, deeper connection, and relationships that honor who I truly am. The wolf also reminds me of my sovereignty. I'm stepping more fully into my own path, owning my truth, and letting myself be seen without shrinking. I am honoring the parts of me that crave freedom, authenticity, and the courage to lead in my own way. It's showing me my strength too, encouraging me to strengthen my boundaries, protect my energy, and rise into a new level of personal power. I'm becoming the version of myself who trusts her instincts, stands firm, and leads from her heart. And ultimately, the wolf is my teacher. It's guiding me into deeper wisdom, leadership, and spiritual embodiment. I'm being initiated into a new chapter, one that asks me to trust myself, walk with purpose, and grow into the soul-led leader I came here to be. Reflecting on this message, there are so many little golden nuggets in here that I can relate to. For example, when it says I'm learning to call in and receive my soul family, that is literally part of the intention behind my course that I'm offering in 2026. I am setting the intention that I truly want to energetically match to the people that join this course. I am looking for the people who are going to learn from me, but also bring me so much joy, love, and enlightenment through our connection, because it is going to be such a deeply intuitive and inspiring connection. That's the vision, that's the goal. And also the fact that this is what's feeling really good to me. As I mentioned, I'm walking blindly onto an unknown path, but I am walking with such truth, such trust, and I am allowing myself to heal any remaining visibility wounds that I have. I am going to show up as my authentic self. And that takes courage. It takes courage to hit play. It takes courage to show your face and share your message. So the wolf is just reminding me that I have the strength. I have the courage. I am stepping into my personal power. And it really is just an invitation for me to level up. And I'm so excited for this. The irony is that the wolf is my teacher, and the reclamation that I have started this podcast episode with, the fact that I am and will always be a teacher, is again just another piece of evidence of my frequency. I hope that you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. It was a fun one for me to share everything that is going on in my life, and I truly hope that this inspires you to look for the evidence of your frequency in your everyday life. Keep note of it, because at the end of the week, you can reflect and look back and see the overarching messages that are there for you to take witness to feel into, and to feel inspired by the universe showing up for you. If you enjoyed this episode, and you can think of at least one person who might gain something by listening to this episode, share it with that one person. And I would just want to take an extra moment to thank you so much for listening in. This truly is a work of heart, and I am so glad that you are here along with me on this journey that we are embarking on together. Sending you so much love and light. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you again on Tuesday. If you've been feeling the pull for deeper transformation, real, lasting change that starts from within, I'd love to invite you into transformational one-on-one coaching with me. This is where alignment becomes your new normal. You'll get 4 90-minute sessions at an introductory offer of $600, designed to help you release what's holding you back, reconnect with your truth, and step into the next version of yourself, fully and unapologetically. You can book your sessions through the link in my bio. Just tap my link tree to get started. Your next breakthrough is closer than you think, and I'd love to be a part of your journey.